Esports, Mal needs to get his item first of all, because heavy crossbow is not going to dish out a lot of damage when you have like 1 or 2 items. He needs at least 3 or 4 items, critical attack speed, then only you can see the output damage from Irrital.
Yeah, I agree with you, and that's why Red Esports has heroes that can support that. Team SMG, they're going to be finishing off their draft, and indeed, this is not going to be a jungle Paquito as they lock in the Ballman for Box, as well as the Melissa, so this is Zion Senpoi's Lunox.
Yeah, you may disagree or agree with me here. I don't like the Melissa against Farsa, because Farsa can still use the Feather Airstrike while Melissa using the Getaway. So I'm not too sure about that pickup, but hey, who am I to doubt Sasa's capability of using this Melissa?
Yeah, I can understand your concerns there. So Team SMG are mainly putting their bets onto Zorn as well as Smooth to be able to disrupt the Farsa, because both Knockout Strike and the Jeet Kune Do could be damning to the way that Ash wants to play in that back line. So they're depending on their team right now. Red Esports gonna finish off their draft with that Yu Zong.
Ooh, very aggressive competition coming up from Red Esports. Everyone wants to go in. Everyone wants to have a team fight orientated. The Black Dragon form on top of the Feather Airstrike, on top of the heavy crossbow. So I like the idea from Red Esports. It's just that they have to play with time. They need to get the farming onto Cushion. They need to get the farming on Irrital as well as Farsa. These 3 main heroes is very, very item dependent right now.
Yep, and in comparison, I can see that Team SMG does have pretty solid late game scaling, so this may be a little bit of a flip around as we once again look at the lineups. SMG, very balanced composition overall, lots of good scaling early to late, while Red Esports, quite uncharacteristic of them, have a lineup that just wants to jump in and fight against Team SMG. Who's gonna come out on top? I'm excited to find out, because this is going to be day 1, game number 2 of the MBL MY playoffs. Let us once again return to the land of Dawn.
And may I remind everyone who's watching right now, this is the lower bracket match from SMG and Red Esports. Whoever loses, they're gonna pack their bags and go home right now. So it's a do or die match. As we can see, in the early stages, Zion Senpoi and Zon is gonna focus on to the clearing waves at first, and then try to rotate out either on the gold lane or EXP lane.
So I guess one notable thing about this roamer mid combination from Team SMG is that unlike before, it's gonna take a while before Zorn and Zion Senpoi can reliably pick people off. They need that level 4, which will allow Red Esports to create a bit more pressure before they hit that timing.
Okay, looking at the emblems right now, nothing too out of the ordinary. I would say pull yourself together is gonna be picked up by Mom, allowing him to have a better cooldown of skills reduction. But first of all, Zaid.
Yeah, they're jumping right on him. Both of them. Smooth is here. Zorn is here. Zaid still surviving thanks to the regen from his passive. But SMG, no, they've got that first blood. The signature taunting from Zorn just to add insult to injury.
Bro, that was high school bully. 1 punching, 1 kicking, and Cushion. Oh, Zaid Hakimi couldn't do anything about it. Haven't even hit level 4, so no incandescence for him to run away from that particular rotation. A very, very good engagement by SMG early on.
Yeah, that's very rough for them, and it's quite surprising as well, because you would expect Red Esports to have a little bit more pressure around the map with this Grok, with this Farsa, but it's SMG that make the first move.
Yeah, level 4. Level 4 is very, very crucial for Red Esports right now, especially on Ash, especially on Mom, as well as Zaid Hakimi. Once they hit those level 4, they can start to try to team fight against Team SMG, but for now, they're gonna be impatient, they're gonna wait a bit, try to engage really, really well.
Well, the engagement is probably gonna come. The turtle is out. They get the Petrify onto Smooth. Rank Cutie looking for it. He'll get the kill. Paquito is down. Better Airstrike has been popped. Zayed secures the turtle. Now they're looking for the chase, but it looks like that's all they needed. Red Esports comes out on top.
Yeah, just one brilliant moment from Red Esports by Ren Cutie just now, picking off Smooth really, really well, allowing Red Esports, allowing Zaid Hakimi to secure the turtle with the help of Feather Airstrike, zoning out Team SMG just now. A little disadvantage, but it's okay. On the overall scheme of things, it doesn't affect too much right now.
Yep, surprisingly uncharacteristic of Smooth though. He usually doesn't get picked off that easily, which means that Red Esports did actually outplay Team SMG's expectations for a moment. Let's see whether or not they can keep that momentum up, as the next turtle won't be up for a while. Team SMG, Zorn gets the kick onto Mom. Better airstrike, not going to be able to save his roamer. Team SMG finds one.
That was too easy for Zorn. Too easy for Zorn. I felt like Mom could have done even more. He had the flicker. He knows that Zorn was on him just now, so he could have reacted a bit more faster. But again, Zorn picking off really well. As we've mentioned on the keys to victory, number 3, execute the catch potential, and it's being done by Zorn to perfection.
It's impressive as well, considering that normally Grok would be immune to CC, so that means Zorn actually timed his Jeet Kune Do to get the kick onto the Grok. So very well played once again. The experience of this veteran MPL player on full display.
Yeah, I'm looking at Zaid Hakimi right now. I'm looking at how fast he can complete this item, because having the mystery shop is really good. The discount that he has allowing him to finish up his item really fast. But how much does it affect in the overall scheme of things is I want to see. He gets his item, he gets his power spike, he needs to participate in this team fight.
And speaking of team fight, Zorn looking for it again. Gonna force the flicker out from Mom. That's a very valuable battle spell that the Grok will not have access to. And considering that the turtle is coming back up, this is gonna make it quite difficult for Red Esports to find an initiation.
Speaking of which, looking at the rotation from SMG, crowding the turtle right now, Box just waiting his chance to secure this turtle. Zorn is just gonna hide and just wait out for Red Esports to make any particular movement, any particular mistakes.
Yep, SMG in a position right now to just look for any openings in the Red Esports draft and perhaps create enough space for both Sasa and Smooth to split out the side lanes to maybe force some members of Red Esports away for a safer turtle take. So far, it seems successful, but neither team gonna really be able to chunk this objective down very soon.
Yeah, this is very scary, Sudafa, because one mistake by any team is gonna cost them a lot. Rotation is gonna come out from Smooth and Zorn, and Boss just doesn't have that enough time to use that Cyclone Suite to secure this turtle just yet.
They're still going to try and contest it. Right now, it's 3v4. Zorn gonna find the cushion in the back line. Black Dragon form gonna be quite chaotic. Better airstrike, finding multiple. Box secures the turtle. Zayed gonna fall to Zayim Sempoy, but Box will be traded in return. Ren QT gonna be locked down by Smooth, but is able to jump away with the Furious Dive.
I feel like it's a 50-50. I would say both jungler got taken care of. The turtle might be taken by Team SMG, but all in all, giving out your jungler's life was not the best. So, all in all, I would say nobody won that particular team fight.
Well, they might be looking for a win here, as now Sasa going to be the target. He pops his ultimate, but Maul is ranged, so they will still be able to find the kill onto SMG's gold lane.
What a cheat, using the wall to penetrate from the go away skill. That's so unfair. I felt like Sasa could have gotten away with it, but looking at Mom, really clever, using the Grok's ability, capability, trying to get that pick off, and it doesn't stop there right now.
Ooh, Smooth instantly comboed 100-0 by the efforts of 3 members of Red Esports trying to disrupt the purple buff, but it is him who paid the price.
Wow, he paid the ultimate price right there twice. Being picked off just like that, as you mentioned, is unconventional for Smooth to be picked off just like that. He's a very talented player, but right now, not showing the best of abilities for SMG.
Yeah, SMG needs to respect Red a little bit. Now that we are in the 6th minute of the game, there's going to be a lot of burst damage coming out of the far side, the Gusion and the Grok as well. They cannot simply jump into the enemy jungle without first having more knowledge towards the state of the map.
Yeah, looking at the map control for Red Esports, just taken down the bottom turret really well, allowing Ren QT to rotate back up, trying to force out a team fight and allowing as well Mal to get even more farm right now.
Yep, the turtle gonna be coming up again in 10 seconds, and with 1 tower down in the bottom lane, Red Esports are going to have a much easier time contesting it as compared to SMG. There's a chance here that SMG might just give this up to attempt to push the top lane. That's what I would personally recommend, but looks like they might still go for it.
Okay, looking at the positioning right now, Smooth finding Mom on the back line. Mom is just gonna run away.
Ooh, they're still looking for it. Turtle gonna be reset once again. This is a 5v5 feathered airstrike. feels a little wasted there, but they're just trying to zone them out as long as possible. Zorn gonna find Ren QT with the kick, but not over the wall, so they cannot finish him off. In comes Maul. Heavy crossbow dishing out a lot of damage. He finds Zorn. The rest of Red Esports retreating to the safety of their tier 1 tower. They don't lose anyone, but now the turtle may fall to SMG.
That was a good bait, to be honest, by Red Esports, using the feather extract to zone out, as you mentioned. And yes, Zorn managed to get a pick off, but did not get the ability to follow up by his members and sacrificing his life. But then again, Box managing to get the turtle, I feel like it's quite fair. But Mal using the opportunity after Zon is being taken care of, he rotated up on top and got the turret. But Mal,
ooh, smooth, looking for the combo, but no cooldowns left, so not quite able to land the finishing blow. This Irritel is going to become a problem pretty soon because Mal has been quite safely farming this top lane for basically the entire first 8 minutes.
Oh, Ren QT popping the Black Dragon form, trying to clear out the wave as fast as he can before he backs us off from that failed rotation by SMG. Speaking of late game potential, Sudafa, who do you have right now? Do you think Red Esports have what it takes in terms of the late game stage?
In the late game, SMG actually has the advantage, but if Red Esports can continue playing off of their power spike, they can end the game before SMG is even able to reach that point. So it's all up to Red Esports to see whether or not they can close things out before the game becomes too dangerous.
Yeah, it's a battle of pick-off right now. Who has the better pick-off potential? I feel like SMG still has it, but the follow-up isn't just there yet. And Red Esports playing that 4-to-1 composition really, really well. They know when to rotate, they know when to follow up against one and another. That is why right now Red Esports is having a slight dominating of map control in the 9-minute mark, but in terms of economy, it's not much of a difference.
Yeah, what I do find as a problem with Red Esports though is that once they start grouping like this, they will start giving up control over to the enemy team. We can see here, they're trying to invade onto the mid tier 1, but SMG is able to defend this, and with having Smooth as well as Box on the other side of the map, they're starting to take structures without any competition.
Yeah, I would agree. Very good observation right there, because when you play a 4-1 composition, you allow the opponent team to play a straight push lineup. As we can see right now, Smooth getting those 2 turrets immediately without any problem at all, and just gonna go back, return back to his teammate, having that map control already.
Ooh.
But Smooth!
That's a dead Paquito right there. One Zayed landed that hit. Once he was able to jump too smooth, we knew that was the end of his life. He's not quite tanky enough yet to be able to defend against it, even though Zayed isn't particularly ahead. SMG needs to avoid giving the Gushin too many free kills like that.
I mean, you got the tier 2 turret. I think it's still fine. I mean, you're still gonna respawn back, but giving up those kills easily like that to Zayed is not what you want to do all the time.
Lord dropping real low here. Red Esports has full control. Box trying to get close. Will he get the combo? No, it's Zayed who secures it. Feathered airstrike drop down with the Black Dragon form. Zoning out SMG. Looks like Red Esports are not going to push the issue. They got what they were looking for.
They got what they were looking for. They back off. They don't want to give out any lives onto SMG's hand. Now, right now, Red Esports have the upper hand a bit, but they still have to be careful. One mistake could be punished right now.
Zaza doing a lot of poke damage to Ashe, forcing out the wings by wings. That does indicate to Red Esports that this Melissa is going to become a problem very, very soon. And they gotta end the game pretty quick.
It's quite difficult for SMG right now. They need to look for a pick-off, at least against probably Mal, probably Zaid Hakimi, but it's easier said than done. Looking at how Red Esports just group up one and another, allowing them to just focus on as a 5-man team fight.
Zorn gets the kick onto the Grok, but Feathered Airstrike comes out along with the full force of Red Esports, not allowing Zorn to escape. They jump onto Box, kills him under the tower, double kill. Going over to Zaid Hakimi, they find the mid-tier 1, nearly taking out Zayim Senpai in the process. They'll steal the purple buff and make out like bandits.
This is the issue, Sudafa. It's not like SMG did not manage to pick off. Zon managed to pick off one of Red Esports member, but the follow-up wasn't there. The damage wasn't there. And Red Esports, how they regrouped back again was really, really fast, was really, really reactive, trying to put on the team fight against SMG. Looking at the damage dealt, Ashe, 37,000 from the Feather Airstrike. This is not a full build Ashe yet. I'm wondering if he has those Divine Glaive, the Lightning Truncheon, the Holy Crystal. He's gonna pack a lot more punch right now.
Speaking of that, we are actually going to get a look at the items. No, all he has is the Clock of Destiny Lightning Truncheon. So if he gets the items you just mentioned as well, you can expect Ash's stocks to jump even higher.
I mean, and not even to mention Zaid Hakimi right now. Genius Wand, Glowing Wand, Divine Glaive, all the kind of wands, all the kinds of penetration is there on Zaid Hakimi. Once he lands those dagger, it doesn't matter who he hits. Anyone can be decimated by Zaid Hakimi with the full combination of cushion right now.
Yeah, pretty much the only exception may be a Box and Zorn, and even then we have to actually see it happen to see whether or not they survive. So SMG in a bit of a precarious situation, but we also have to note, SMG, they have Melissa. This hero is so adept at defending the base. And if Red Esports aren't able to push against it, then it could be difficult for them to end the game before SMG scales up.
Counter argument to that, they are facing against a Farsa who has a very strong potential, a high ground advantage against the Melissa, against the defensive base of SMG. So, as you mentioned, I agree, Sasa can have a very good high ground defense, but it all depends on the execution. It all depends on the pick-off later on. SMG right now, what do you think that they can do to try crawl back into this game?
I'm gonna be honest, it's better to just avoid fighting Red Esports and split push the map. If they can apply pressure, they can force Red Esports to split up, and that is where their pick-off comp is the most effective. Zorn trying to find a kick when Red Esports are all 5-man together is just not working.
Yeah, and Red Esports reads the gameplay of Zon really well. They know that Zon is going to pick off any single target. So what do? They just group up against each other. The conceal is going to be popped.
Red jumping in with Black Dragon form. Lord falling over to Mal's move. Not able to find the backline. And now Red Esports on full retreat mode. Petrify onto Zorn. He will fall, but he gets the knockup onto Ash, setting it up for Sasa, who picks up the double kill. They'll find Mom on the opposite side. Immortality pop, but instantly destroyed by the lethal counter, leaving only 2 survivors on the side of Red Esports.
Smart, brilliant gameplay by SMG. They let the lot being taken by Red Esports. They counter back when they know that Red Esports have thrown everything, every single skill, every single ultimate was thrown at that lot. And SMG knows that Red Esports doesn't have any fuel to go on. That is where they punish them one by one, bit by bit. And when Ash is down, when QT is being taken care of, Mom is down, there was no frontliner for Zaid Hakimi or even Mal to counter initiate again.
Red Esports right now does still have the net worth lead, but that was a huge victory for Team SMG, which will instantly allow them to even up the map control against Red Esports once again. And when SMG has map control with a pick-off-oriented composition, things become quite dangerous.
Having this breathe or room to breathe for SMG is really important. They can gather themselves up, gather their thoughts again. What is the next move? What is the next strategy? And that particular lot team fight was much needed for SMG to win in order for them to try to regain back their momentum. Although, as you mentioned, the goal lead is on the red side, but the map control is fairly even, I would say. One is sitting on the bottom bush, the other is sitting on the opposite bush right now.
Red QT gonna be able to scout out Zion Sempoi. Both teams looking to see if they can find an ambush, but neither being successful. And this is ideal for SMG. Red Esports, if they're not able to look for the pickoffs, they don't have a win condition.
Yeah, looking at the itemization right now, I'm surprised to see only one Athena shield on Chao, which is sword, and another one is Radiant Armor being picked up by Smurf. I wonder if they would want to even double up on the magical defense because you have a cushion, they have a Farsa on the Red Esports, so I thought maybe both of those items is much needed for SMG right now.
Well, we do see that there is actually also an Athena shield on box already, so the Ballman is very tanky, and from what I can see, Sasa's last item looks to be magic defense as well. So Team SMG are definitely aware of that, but they have a strong enough composition right now. This is a problem with Red. Again, if they group up too much, they cannot apply map pressure the same way Team SMG can.
Hence why they're not grouping up right now. They're sending 2 of their members onto the top side, trying to pick off anyone they see, and they see Smooth. They're trying to get him, but Smooth is very mobile. He's just gonna run away, as well as Zaid Hakimi. Still staying right now, Smooth. Gotta be careful. Okay, no. I don't think so, because the rotation is there.
Black Dragon Form gonna be popped by Ren QT. He wants to keep SMG here for the rest of his team to catch up. Zayed looking for Zaim Sempo. He might get it. He does. That's the mega kill. Going over to Gushin. Smooth will fall to the veteran airstrike as well. And Team SMG are forced on the retreat.
That was a very mind games between two teams right there. SMG thought that they had the upper hand, the wraparound by Red Esports, securing or concealing Mal as well as Ash just now, allowing them to get those two important kills onto Smooth, onto Zaim Senpai, and allowing them to get this particular lot. And hopefully, with this lot, Red Esports can make that one inhibited push.
This game so far has been pretty impressively back and forth, but now Red Esports once again in control, taking yet another Lord in their favor. Luckily for SMG, this is right before the 18-minute mark, so it is not the final evolution. But Red looking to push regardless. Here comes the better airstrike, zoning them off of their mid-tier 2. That will fall for free over the Red Esports. Zorn looking for a pickoff. Does he find it? He gets the Jikundo, but he is out of position and he is dead. Immortality popped. He will not be able to escape. And now Red Esports are saying, it's go time, boys. Here comes the Black Dragon form into the back lines. Move coming in from back. Winter Trunkian gonna keep Ash alive, but the little counter finds 3. They take down Ash. They take down Red Cutie. Mom will fall right after, but he had the immortality, so he will survive. The same cannot be said for Zaim Senpai. And here comes the Lord.
Wow, the combination from Zaim Senpai was on point, as well as the little counter from Box, but is not over yet. The Lord is gonna push onto the inhibitor turret on the top side, and SMG got a lot of housekeeping job they need to do.
Oh, Mom flickers in the back line, finds the wall charge. Sasa in danger, but he gets his ultimate up, so he will survive with a sliver of HP. But Box will be sacrificed for him to keep his life.
It's more than enough, Sudapa. More than enough. Getting those kills, getting the inhibitor turret, most importantly right there, and allowing Red Esports to enjoy a very, very good lead, about 4k good lead, as we can see right now. The heat map for Zaid Hakimi is everywhere right now.
My goodness.
It's everywhere.
It looks like the map has been painted over with a paintbrush right now. The presence of Zaim Hakimi across the map. I mean, he is playing the Gushin. This is exactly what you would expect.
Of course. You don't want your Gushin to focus on one side of this map only. You want your Gushin to rotate all over the map, especially a jungler Gushin right now. KDA 424 playing really, really well, I would say, just trying to focusing on who he wants to pick off, who he wants to use his full combination on. But on those particular team fights just now, Red Esports gotta be careful of one particular hero, which is the Lunox. If Zaim Senpai had the opportunity to full combination of Lunox skill, the brilliance, the chaos assault as well, it's gonna be hurtful for Red Esports. So gotta be careful of that, not to tunnel vision too much to get the win.
But we have to note as well, the reason Lunox is strong is because of that max HP damage. And Red Esports with the Gushin, with the Farsa, and the glowing wand do a lot of max HP percentage damage themselves. So it's not as if their late game scaling is to be scoffed at. This is still very much 50-50. And all I know is that SMG needs this next Lord.
It's very, very 50-50. It's a battle of execution. It's a battle of pick-off. It's a battle of whoever uses his Wind of Nature first, for Mal as well as Sasa, because those items is very, very much crucial. At the right time, at the right moment, it can determine the future of these two teams right now.
Especially now that we're entering the 21st minute. It is all up to the gold laners.
Oh.
Here they come. Box gonna be caught out by himself with the wild charge under 4 members of Red Esports. Maul nearly dies, but he survives all of it with the life steal. And that means that he will be able to start whittling down the Lord. Sword out of position. He could be the next one to fall. He will survive, but Ren QT not gonna allow him to escape. He finds the Cho, but they will take out the Yuzong in return. Here comes Smooth, forcing out the Wind of Nature from Maul. He jumps back in, looking for the Iridale, but gives the monster kill over to Zaid Hakimi. But look at SMG. They might be looking to push. They want to steal the buff. They want to contest it. Zaid will be able to scout them out, so their plans will not be effective here.
It could have gone bad for either of those teams right there. And I was surprised to see the lifesteal of Mal just went immediately 0 to 100 so very quickly. I'm not sure about his itemization, but those life steals definitely saved his life so much. And the Wind of Nature allowing him to escape from the hands of Smooth and allowing Red Esports to yet again get the next Lord.
I will be very surprised if Maul does not have a Haas clause, because without that item, I do not see how he could have reasonably had that kind of lifesteal right there. And that's really unfortunate for SMG, because if they took him out at the start of that fight, that would have gone totally different for them.
One funny thing, Sudafa.
Yeah?
No Husk Claw. It's only Demon Hunter Sword. Because I'm looking back, we can see the itemization on his Irrital right now. So, again,
That's ridiculous.
Not too sure about those lifesteal, but here is the game. You gotta play the game right now. And Lord on the top side, Red Esports looking to end this game right now.
Yep, they're gonna use the feathered airstrike, zone out SMG. Here comes the wild charge. They find one, and here comes Red Esports. The crystal is wide open, and Team SMG will have the rock swept from under them as Red Esports secures their first victory in the series today.
Much needed victory for Red Esports right there. 1 point is on their hands right now. And to end things up, it doesn't matter if you tunnel vision to victory. If it works right there. You see.